Good night, dear subscribers. We have a little bit of bad news, but don't be too worried because, of course, we will not let anything, discourage us. And so apparently the mixture in this pot was, it was killed during the frying. You know what's frying? It's something that they like to do in Israel. It's kind of like I've spoken about it like when in the torture compendium, where it was already did it in my mother's apartment because I was subjected to this in my mother's apartment, but also in other places as well. So it's called, they call it to fry or the cook or the oven. And it's a way to torture you significantly. So, and it's also kill the neurons, especially ones that are outside of my body, but also those that are inside my body. And I spoke about it quite a bit, and yes, they've done it again here in the hostel, so I'm not secured from this here as well. I'm not sure if it's actually even needed to tell you that the people that sent me will of course, as usual, of course, they will take the price. It will not be from Israel because there is nothing to take here, but it will be from the rest of the world, and of course, in the millions, as usual. You cannot torture a representative of another culture, like incarcerating, like without him doing anything, and then again and again torture him. It is not something that we accept. And of course, we do not want stories and theater shows and interpretation, symbols. Save it to yourself, we don't care. You should have prevented this from happening. You didn't. You moved mouths and tongues instead of arms and legs. It happened again. I was subjected to torture in the last couple of days or weeks, and you didn't prevent it. You moved mouths and tongues, and you will pay in the millions. The price will be millions. You can be certain this will not go without a price, and we do not want to we do not need text. You need to prevent the torture before it happens, not tell stories after it happens. As I said many times with regards to other things that you've done, it's the same here. You cannot torture the representative and then sing a song or tell a story. This will have a price, and the price is all around the globe. The price is from people all around the globe, and it's in the millions. Millions of people will pay for this torture. You should have prevented it. You didn't. You move mouths and tongues instead of arms and legs, and you move mouths and tongues instead of arms and legs, and you will pay in the millions. In the millions. Millions of people all around the world will pay for this. We will not be subjected to torture without punishment, without price. And the price will be taken. You can be certain about it. Maybe you don't care. Maybe people of the intelligence community in this world just do not care what happens to the civilians of their states, but that's up to you. It's not our business. The people of all around the world will pay, and will pay in the millions of people. You cannot continue the torture. You cannot do it, and you cannot tell us any stories, any interpretation, any sing-along in any dramatic theater, any sock puppet theater. No, you cannot do it. You need to prevent the torture from happening, and it's extremely easy. Extremely easy. You just need to move arms and legs, but you prefer to move mouths and tongues. And that is a fact. So, because all the news from the silver, you hear the noise. Of course, it's all around the clock. This torture, and this, of course, will also you'll pay for that. It's not like my destiny to be subjected to like these beeps all around the clock. And you know that it's all around the clock, like night, day, every time, all around the clock. You will pay for it, I assure you. All of you will pay for it, around the world. You can prevent it. You just need to move arms and legs. Not an arm or a leg has been moved, just mouths and tongues, and you will pay. You will pay severely. I will not be subjected to this kind of torture or any other kind of torture. These beeps will be stopped. These horns of the cars all around the clock will be stopped. You don't want to stop it. You prefer to move mouths and tongues. You will pay in the millions. For every day that this continues. Of course, it will continue every day that I'm in Israel. They cannot, because you don't care, and because they cannot, that's in their nature. That's why you need to rescue me from the Nazi prison. But, you prefer, to move mouths and tongues and to pay in the millions. So that's what will happen. You will pay in the millions. Anyway, since this flying attack, we don't have the Neros that were placed in the container, like the titanium container, but we still have enough Neros like from the ocean. So I placed here. I already prepared the electrolysis. I placed Neros from the aquarium, and also I placed a little bit, not too much, but a little bit. Here, as you see, it's like not much in this container, and here we see the signs of the enlargement, because we want to to enlarge the Neros with the extra energy. We want the Neros to be larger. You see the sign of the enlargement, so the Neros will be larger from presumably the extra energy that they will receive. And the idea is, of course, to try to prove that energy transfer is possible. But because now we will take a look at two samples that we've taken from here, and another sample that I've taken from here, actually. And we will take more samples after the electrolysis. And there shouldn't be any difference in the samples that were taken from this container, because it will be subjected to no electricity at all. So if we will see a change, it will be if we'll see like larger Neros, for example, or anything else, it will mean that energy transfer is possible. So let's start with inspecting the two slides that were taken from here, from the target container, I would say. Okay? So I will try to do it quickly because I want to skip to the part where I start electrolysis. But let's do it anyway, just for a good reference of what we had before and after the electrolysis. Just a second. Let me stabilize the camera. So we see a very nice light from here. I'm not sure what it is, but you can tell me if you want. This is 64 magnification, like the minimum magnification that I can use. It's very certainly life form. I cannot say what its name. Looks perhaps a little big. I don't know, but you tell me. I think it was actually quite big, but I'm not certain. This looks like a Neo, I think. Pa-pa-pam, pa-pa-pam. Pa-pa-pam, pa-pa-pam. Fa-fa-fam, you hear the dogs. It's the usual soundtrack. This looks like I don't know if it looks like several life forms actually, not one. I don't know what it is actually. I just don't know. Maybe life form? I'm not sure. What we don't see here is Neos, and this is a little bit of alarming, but before we jump to conclusion, let's continue our search. These actually look like, this is a Nero for certain, like the one on the top, but these I'm not sure if they're Neros, or other stuff. It's hard to tell. Okay, this is of course, these are Neos, it's great. So we have a little bit of Neos here, big ones, small ones. Yeah, so they are lumped wow, this is very beautiful. This is another beautiful. So we have Neos here, very good. and also quite big life forms. I don't know what's their names. They're simply a little big. This one looks like a bird, like right? The beak of a bird. Very pretty, and the eye very nice, very nice. And more life forms of all sorts. Very cute, very cute. Very nice and very cute. Okay, so I mean, I didn't intentionally I didn't put like a lot of material on this slide because I wanted like to learn from like experience that too much stuff is not good. So let's take a look at the other actually slide that were taken from the mixture. Wow, very big life form, very big life forms, and also big neos. Good. So we'll have things to work with, as they say. Both life forms, both neos. Very nice. Very nice. So this is just, I mean, an overview. This is kind of a nice life form. Just kind of an overview. I mean, I don't want to get too much into it because, I mean, it's just more like for reference to see, I mean, an example of what, wow, very nice, very big neos. An example of what we could find like in the, like in this mixture, tons of like big neos and all the life forms. I'm a little bit of like this, like, I mean, of course that I feel bad for the neos that have died like in the attack, on the titanium, like the synthetic ones. And of course, I'm more sorry about myself because I was the subject of the attack and I also felt bad in the last couple of days, as you know. But I mean, we can praise the Lord that it's still, I mean, we have a ton of neos here, so we can, I mean, continue with our experimentation, even though we don't have like a sterile neo juice. So I will maybe perhaps in the next couple of days I will try to prepare a new sterile juice because it's important that we'll also have like a neo mixture that does not have like biological life form because now everything, as you see, contains all sorts of life forms. So it will be, I mean, one of my objectives. But in the meantime, we will have to like do all experiments with a mixture of that contain both neos and life forms, like this one. Okay, very nice. And very quick review of the third one. This was taken from the, I mean, it's just a matter. I mean, it's taken from the container, like the titanium container. After I refilled it, I cleaned it and filled it with things like material from this bottle, like that contains stuff from the barrel. It might be a little bit different because it was not taken exactly from the same like exact places like in the barrel, and also like, I mean, there might be a little bit of difference because it's just a huge, like it was such a huge aquarium that there are all sorts of like layers and like substratas, like meta servers, like geographical places. So we can see a little bit of difference, but there shouldn't be a huge difference. So this is like all sorts of neos actually, and also life forms together. This looks like something living, but I'm not sure. And also a neo over there, and here we see some kind of a life form. This looks like a bird, right? Like a big bird. Wow, very nice, very nice. So yeah, I mean, both neos, life forms. What is this? So this is a pretty big one. We see it's actually colorful and wow, very nice life form. I don't know what it is. Wow, very nice. I don't know. Is this like big? Is this like bigger than usual? I'm not sure. but I mean, I'm not a biologist, so maybe you can advise. It looks quite big, like with all those tentacles. I mean, I wouldn't say like exceptional. These are very nice Neros. Oh, yeah, very nice, very nice. So I mean, maybe I should just zoom in because they're so nice. Just a second. Wow. So it's a Nero that is, according to my interpretation, with another Nero on top of a life form, like very, very cute. And this is like I mean, to say that it's a monster will be maybe an overstatement, but it's not a small life form, I will say, right? I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's exceptionally big, but so let's get back to 64 magnification to see to finish this quick review. Let's see, I mean, how far these tentacles actually go. I mean, pretty far, I would say, right? I mean, it's not a colossal. I mean, in such nice colors. Like, let's zoom in again because I want to see the colors. Like red and wow, this is so nice. Actually, this is very nice. I mean, it's not a colossal squid. I mean, let's not jump the shark, but yeah, it's a big life form. Nice colors. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yes. So let's go to the enlargement experience now because we want to make the Neros larger, correct? This is also nice. This is a life form for certain. It's very nice. So we want larger Neros, so that's what we will do right now. Okay, another tentacle, and this is a very big life form. That's nice. So okay, so everything is as expected. It's quite, I mean, similar to the composure the composure and frequency of stuff that we've seen in the other slides in the last 2 days that were taken from the bowel. So now we can start electrolysis, and this is actually, again, it will be actually two experiments together because we will check both what happened to the mixture that inside the chamber, and also what happens to the mixture that is on top. It will not be like extremely rigorous because I mean the symbols will only be placed on top, so there is an issue with symbology here. And also, as you remember, I wanted to check what you can to check. I mean, the initial experiment should have done with that in here you have a sterile mixture, but I mean this flying attack took its toll, and now we don't have Neros in the metallic chamber. So, I mean, what we've done actually is that we jumped to the second proposed experiment. If you remember that, I mean, that was exactly the second one. No, not exactly the second because I mean, it's kind of like a synthesis between the two because we use both electrolysis in we use it on the mixture, but I mean the symbols are only on the top and the symbols are important. So let's start, and maybe after and I will give it maybe an hour because I mean they need to have their time to actually to enlarge themselves and enlarge each other, and after an hour we'll see what happens. And if there is too much foam, I will just clear the foam. And also, I'll in a minute I will spill. I mean, I will put ice water that I prepared here, so it will be cooler. As you see, I'm using the fixture of the neutral rod is on in the middle, which is, as you remember, it's a high energy setup. It might be too hot, and so we need to actually put more ice and clear the foam. And if I just cannot. If I see that the heat is just, I mean, it's just too much heat, I will change the setup to more rods and rods that are not in the middle, which is the most energetic place from experience and also arguably from theory as well, but this should be defined in a more rigorous way.